Hello everyone, John here to talk about a recent build that I did, the Aurora Prehistoric Scenes Tar Pit. And this is based off of the La Brea Tar Pit. I'll see if I can carefully hold this up so you can see it. Here we go. Alright. So this was, I built this as a kid many, many years ago. And so it was fun to revisit it. So just to give a quick overview of what all I did, assembled it much like you normally would. I did find that the vulture here sits better facing this direction as opposed to the other, because of the other it's kind of off kilter, but here, and I think that maybe that was intended to be that way. For much of the painting I did my usual light tone, or a base tone, or I'm sorry, a dark tone, mid tone, and then a light tone, and dry brushing the mid tone to a certain degree, and definitely with the light tone. Did that on the tree and the grass and so forth. I'm going to show you here something else that I did. So a lot of these bases I can actually take, well, I won't. A lot of these bases, I'll show you the underside, come in two parts, which makes dealing with this difficult. But what I did for the tar here, I used a black brown and then poured gloss clear, and while it was still wet, I sprinkled in some foliage to give it kind of, not just black, but actually something organic there. That helped to hide the seam, but even so, I did do some puttying and sanding, got it close. But the final gloss, a thick, very generous amount of the mix of the gloss and the black brown, I think gave it a real good effect here. For the horn on the front horn, it was missing, so I had to cast it from another piece. And again, a dark tone, mid tone, and dry brushing with the light tone. I went pretty close to the original. I'm going to grab something here. The original box art. As is my process, I got a toy version of the rhino and the vulture, primed it, and painted it as a test bed for my paint scheme. And I do like that process because it gives you a chance to see what your colors are going to look like and make mistakes. But also it's kind of fun to have these little guys here, as complementary to the kit itself. Now, I also am getting slowly better with the nameplates. This one turned out okay. The next one I did on the woolly mammoth that I'll show at some point here in the future turned out even better. But it is something that's taking some practice. And the process has been prime it with a white, go over it with a I use I think it's a Vallejo Model Maker brass. I think that looks like a museum nameplate, and do a few coats of that, and then spray it down with about 3 or 4 coats of gloss clear, and then use Tamiya semi-gloss black over that in light coats. And finally, once that's dry, then take a Q-tip dipped in isopropyl alcohol and go over the letters. Oh, and I also did mask off the border before doing the black. So this process has been working for me pretty good. So pretty pleased with how it turned out. I've got a few others of the same kit, so I'm sure I will be returning to it. But kind of a nice walk down memory lane, reliving my childhood a little bit. So lots of fun. So this one is done. Very happy with it, and looking forward to the next adventure. So join me then. You take care.